Hi, how's it going? My name is Jakari Honeycook, and today I will be presenting my sportsmanship video presentation and handouts. First things first, right? We have to talk about what is sportsmanship. Sportsmanship is showing respect to others and treating teammates, opponents, coaches, and others like, officials and everything like that with respect and honesty. A quote by Sergeant James Conner. He states, "Sportsmanship is the conduct and attitude considered as befitting participants in sports, especially fair play, courtesy, striving spirit, and grace in losing." Sportsmanship also goes for parents, officials, and coaches, not just players. It is important for everyone involved to show good sportsmanship on and off the playing field or playing court. And last but not least, sportsmanship is just as important as winning a game. So sportsmanship is more important than winning a game because it helps athletes learn skills, right? Learning to be respectful, learning to care, learning to show sympathy and empathy. Things like that is very important. It's very important and more important than just winning a football game or basketball game, baseball game, so on. So why is sportsmanship important? One, it helps create a safe and positive environment. It teaches athletes qualities such as respect, honesty, caring, etc. And it decreases chances of conflict between players, parents, coaching, etc. In an article by Unlock Potential in 2025, it states sportsmanship shapes not only how kids interact on the field or court, but also how they carry themselves in school, at home, and in their communities. Another quote by Unlock Potential states, "Sportsmanship teaches respect for others, helps build positive team cultures, and prepares kids for life beyond sports." So like I stated earlier, sportsmanship, it teaches athletes life skills. It teaches them beyond sports, right? It is very important when you're out in the real world. It's very important to show that you care, right? Show that you're respectful to others. Show that you honor, like not honor people, but your honesty, your truth, and that's very important. And sportsmanship is just the beginning. And teaching young kids sportsmanship and teaching them qualities, life qualities, at a young age is very important. So examples of good sportsmanship versus examples of poor sportsmanship. So if we're looking at good sportsmanship here on the left, you see playing fair, maintaining a positive attitude. I would say trash talk is okay, but either limited or not to the point where it's disrespectful. So respectful trash talking. And shaking hands at the end of the game, right? Whether you win or lose, shaking hands is very important. And then examples of poor sportsmanship: bad language, being upset because you lost, sore loser, not shaking hands at the end of the game because you lost, and picking fights with others. So opponents, officials, your coach, your teammates, etc. Poor sportsmanship. We talked about good sportsmanship, but poor sportsmanship, it is very important that coaches and parents talk to athletes about sportsmanship and how to act when things don't go their way or don't go the athlete's way. Whether it's, like I said, a lost game, whether you're not getting a lot of playing time, whether you can't play because you missed practice or you turned in a late assignment. There's a lot of stuff that can go into why an athlete kind of like show bad behavior, right, or not good sportsmanship. Like you have a kid that's not playing, not sit on the bench with their team and cheering their team on. That's bad sportsmanship. You have a kid who doesn't like losing, and when they lose, he's a sore loser. He doesn't shake hands. He just goes to the locker room and doesn't respect anybody. That's a that's bad sportsmanship. So it is very important that coaches and parents, they teach their athletes, teach their respective kids about sportsmanship and how to act when, when things don't go their way. So how can athletes learn good sportsmanship? 1, parents and coaches can teach their athletes the importance of sportsmanship. Parents and coaches should be great role models and model good sportsmanship examples. Teaching life skills and support good examples of sportsmanship, and respectfully help improve a player when they mess up. In an article by Safari Ltd, it states, in sports, learning how to be a good sport and a great teammate are super important skills for kids to pick up. Some practical tips for parents and coaches are leading by example, teach communication skills, and encourage leadership opportunities, and promote fair play. So like I stated before, these things can help athletes understand the importance of good sportsmanship. They can see the examples of good sportsmanship. They can see how people react to good sportsmanship and so on. So that's why it's very, very important for coaches and parents to teach these athletes and to model great examples of good sportsmanship. So for our handouts, for handout number 1, I came up with a paper for players to sign, right? So before every game, there would be a sheet for every player to look over and to sign it after reading it. There would be statements saying that each player will be respectful to teammates, opponents, officials, and everyone in attendance. After reading expectations, each player and parent must sign and date the sheet. Handout number 2 is a sportsmanship questionnaire. So at the beginning of every season, for each athletic program, each player will receive a paper to complete a questionnaire about sportsmanship. There will be questions such as, how will you show sportsmanship after a loss? How will you teach others about sportsmanship? What does sportsmanship mean to you, and why is it important? And a couple more questions and so on, but you get the gist a little bit. And then players must answer every question, and players and parents must sign and date it. And here on this last slide is my references. So I thank you for watching this presentation. I hope that if you're a coach, a player, a parent, or anything like that, I hope that you look at this, you read this, and understand the importance of good sportsmanship. And as a coach, how to model good sportsmanship. As a parent, how to not force your kids, but teach your kids good sportsmanship. And as an athlete, just understanding the difference between good sportsmanship and poor sportsmanship, and leaning towards being a good sportsmanship person. So I thank you for watching this presentation. Have a good one. Thank you.